Every SMS marketing platform is pushing something called RCS right now, telling you it's the future of texting your customers. I've looked into what it actually takes to switch, and I've got an honest answer for you today. And it's probably not what the platforms want you to hear. I'm Laryssa Wurstiak, and for a decade with my agency, Joy Joya, I've been helping women-focused, product-based e-commerce brands grow with more intention, creativity, and clarity. We ditch the marketing formulas that don't feel like you and build strategies that actually connect. So let's start with something that really surprised me. RCS, which stands for Rich Communication Services, isn't new technology. It was actually standardized back in 2007. So why is everyone suddenly talking about it in 2026? Well, for over a decade, RCS barely mattered because every phone carrier had to build support for it separately, and the adoption of it stayed really messy and inconsistent. Google eventually got it working reliably on Android, but Apple didn't support RCS on iPhone at all until iOS 18, and that was only in the fall of 2024. And since iPhone is roughly half the phones in the US, there was no way to reach a brand's full customer base with it before that. But once Apple flipped that switch, rich messaging across both platforms became possible for the first time. And that's what's actually driving the hype that you may be seeing right now. So if you engage in text message marketing or you've read about it, you've probably heard about SMS. RCS is kind of an upgrade from that. So what does RCS actually give you? I want you to think about what a typical marketing text looks like today. You may receive them from some brands, you may have seen them. An SMS is going to show up in your messages, in your messaging app, as a plain text, and it's going to come from a string of random numbers without a name, unless you yourself are adding that phone number as a contact in your phone. There's not going to be a logo, it's just going to be words, and it's capped at 160 characters. If a brand sends you an MMS with a photo, that image usually comes through really small, it's compressed, it might sometimes be blurry. There are a lot of limitations about the types of image files you can send with MMS. It's squeezed to fit under strict file size limits. Now, picture the RCS version of that same message. Instead of some random phone number, you're going to see the business's actual name and logo with a verified badge next to it. And if they are choosing to include a photo instead of some grainy compressed one, you're going to see a high-res image and even potentially a video clear enough to actually show off a product if it's an e-commerce brand. And instead of just words and like a link, you get buttons that you can tap right in that text thread. A button like shop now, confirm your appointment, track your order, without having to leave that text conversation within your messaging app. It's really the difference between getting a really kind of boring, plain feeling text message from 844-555-0199 versus getting a message that's named, that's verified, and it looks branded. It's actually from a brand, and it has a photo that looks like the beautiful product photos on their website instead of something fuzzy and low res. And once you get a text like this yourself as a consumer, you'll really see the difference that I'm talking about. It's kind of night and day. I started noticing this myself on the consumer side because there are two brands that I'm subscribed to and that I like, Kulani Kinis, which is a swimwear brand, and Amika, which is a hair care brand. They're both using RCS. And just being on the receiving end of their marketing, I see how much more their text marketing stands out in my messages. It kind of looks like we just upgraded like 20 years of technology and now we are in the future. So, if you do engage in text marketing or it's something you're interested in, you might be wondering, should you switch from SMS to RCS and what does all that entail? You still, with RCS, have to go through a pretty strict approval process, even if you're setting it up inside Klaviyo, which you do have the ability to do. What Klaviyo removes, if you set it up this way, is the need to find a separate RCS vendor and somehow stitch this capability yourself into your tech stack, since it's built right into the Klaviyo platform. But you still have to apply, you have to follow all the instructions, set up a full business profile, your logo, business name, website, company info page, and go through the verification process before you're approved to send. And unfortunately, there's no exact timeline to give you here. So if you're trying to plan to launch this for a specific time, for a specific thing you're launching in your business or a promo, there's kind of varying timelines on how long it takes to get approved. And it is a pretty strict process. I've worked with some brands that tried to get approval. Many of them were rejected. It's something that can easily be fixed, but it's a pretty strict thing. You have to follow all the rules and regulations. What Klaviyo does remove with this is the deliverability risk while you're in the process of getting approvals. So if you currently send SMS or you want to start this process but get the text messages going in the meantime, if you don't get approved or for whatever reason your customer's phone or carrier can't receive SMS, which is still possible, you can get an automatic fallback to SMS. So you can start this process. Testing it doesn't cost you any reach. And if you do get approved, you'll reap all the benefits of being able to use it. A few things worth knowing going in, regardless of how long it ends up taking for you to get approved. Right now, RCS is only available in 10 countries. So US, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Poland, Austria, Sweden, and Denmark. If you're listening to this and you're in the US, this probably covers you unless you ship to countries outside of that. But typically with SMS anyway, you're limited to sending within certain countries, or you have to register your phone number in different ways or comply with different rules to be able to send to other countries anyway. So it's not really that much of a unique thing. And even once you are approved for RCS, you do still want to treat it as a test alongside SMS and have two versions of each text message that you send, the SMS being a fallback. And again, your reach will still be capped by whoever's device or carrier actually supports it. But before I get into what else you can expect from RCS, a quick break to tell you about JoyJoya. We partner with women-focused e-commerce brands to turn their email and SMS channels into true growth engines. Our clients typically see a 30 to 40% lift in revenue within the first 90 days. Visit joyjoya.com to see what we can do for you. So back when I was initially getting up to speed on RCS, researching it, learning about all the benefits, this is what actually changed my mind. I kind of expected the compliance and reporting side with RCS to be messier than SMS. And in a few specific ways, it's actually better. So with SMS, delivery reporting isn't always definitive. The problem is that cell phone carriers, mobile carriers, don't consistently confirm whether a text actually landed on someone's phone, whether it was delivered. And in a small percentage of cases, if no message or notification comes back from the carrier after 12 hours, your SMS system will just assume it was delivered because it's not telling you otherwise. With RCS, however, it's kind of like, what is it called? Registered mail. I forgot the word, but It's a confirmation. So every message you send gets a confirmed delivery or a clear failure reason. So then you're never left guessing whether that text message actually reached someone. And then there's also a really amazing trust benefit that comes with RCS. So you become a verified sender profile, which works as an anti phishing safeguard. Customers can see that your message is legitimate, that it's from your brand, it's branded, it's not someone trying to spoof your number. And in states that have stricter texting laws, like Florida's FTSA, RCS's built-in opt-out, customers can just block the sender directly. It can be a little more intuitive and modern than having to text stop to unsubscribe, which is language that's required with SMS. I think all this stuff is just more and more important. Now, I get so many spam text messages by who even knows who is sending them. It's kind of ridiculous. And so, if text message marketing is going to stand out, be legitimate, and deliver value, I think anything that a brand can do to make themselves feel more legitimate is positive. So, the should I upgrade or should I change question, it's more to think about it as SMS is still the foundation. You have to do that first. You have to have that as a fallback because it's going to reach every mobile phone on every carrier, no exceptions. I mean, unless it's a bad phone number. And that's exactly why SMS should be your default for anything that is time sensitive, like shipping updates, anything where every subscriber getting the message actually matters. But RCS, if you're able to get approved for it, is really worth testing on top of that foundation for the specific things that it does better, showing product photos, having those little buttons instead of messy looking URL links, just having a cleaner, nicer, more branded experience. That's what RCS is really great for. And one practical note, if you do test it, don't judge RCS by click rate alone. So when you're comparing RCS and SMS, actually, because it's so like verified and monitored, RCS will see fewer bot clicks than SMS. So you may see your click rates go down with RCS if you've done text marketing in the past. It doesn't necessarily mean that performance is worse. So you'll want to pay attention to conversion rate and revenue per recipient instead if you're comparing the two channels. So my honest take, this isn't hype you should ignore, but it's not an emergency switch. Don't go running to do this. Again, if you're already doing text marketing or it's something you're seriously interested in, definitely worth a look. But none of this matters if your fundamentals aren't already solid. So get those right first, and then RCS can be a genuinely good next layer. It's not a rescue plan for a leaky email and SMS foundation. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more tips. And if you're serious about scaling your e-commerce brand through email and SMS, head to joyjoya.com to learn more.